Yo, what's up everybody? So it's your boy PB back with another YouTube video. Today it's going to be a Q&A type video. So on Instagram, I asked some of you guys, to ask me questions for my Q&A video. I said it can be business, marketing, anything, just ask any questions in general. And there's a lot of questions, Oh, by the way, before I start this video, I just want to say, like, if I don't answer your question, my bad. Maybe I forgot to screenshot it, or, maybe there's too much and I didn't add it. I don't know, but, just sorry if I don't answer your question. I'll do it next one, don't worry. So I guess let's just get into it. But before we start, if you have any additional question, maybe I'll do this often. Just drop it in the comments or whatever. But yo, let's get started, as I said. So the first question is, why did I get into business? Well, I got into business because back, if you got, I don't think most of you guys know, but I was actually a science student, and I was really into science or whatever. But one time I actually hung out with this really rich guy, one of my dad's friend. He's like a multi-millionaire, has his own airlines and everything. I got to hang out with him, and that day I just saw the power of money and the power of what happens, when you have businesses. And just looking at his lifestyle and looking at what he's done, like, it really inspired me to do the same thing. And later on that year I went to the science school for a year, but then I dropped it and I went to a normal high school just because I'm like, maybe business is my thing. And I've always been into business, I guess, just like, selling things or just making money. I've always loved money, so that's one of the reasons why I got into business. So the second question was personality or brains, and I'll have to say personality. Just how a person is. I don't care how really smart they are. Like, people, if you're cool to hang around, because there's a lot of people with brains that are dickheads, and I don't like that, right? So, personality for sure, 100%. So someone asked, with how much money did you start dropshipping with? And I don't really know, because I remember I had a summer job then, and I think I lost $500 before I made my first sale. So I guess you can say $500, but even though I was losing money, I was like, I was getting money from my job, so I wasn't really worrying about that part. Like, money was really not the issue, man. It was just me getting my first sales. I say if you're about to start off with like a grand or 1.5K, just to be safe. Don't invest your last money into dropshipping, because it's not a guaranteed success type thing. So someone asked, what are the must-known things for dropshipping? So what are things that you need to know? I think the main thing is just knowing that dropshipping is, two things matter in dropshipping: the product and the ads. And don't overthink the rest of it. It matters, like, putting the right product in front of the right amount of, like, right people, like, just like the ad itself in the ad targeting, and the product. If no one wants to buy it, then you don't have a store. So, like, that's one of the main parts for sure. Alright, so this next question I actually get a lot, and it's about school. So someone asked, what are your thoughts on school? Do you think it's a waste of time, and are you going to college or not? So me, I'm a senior in high school. I got 3 more months left before I actually graduate. I am going to university in downtown Toronto called Ryerson University. For me, school, I like it, but it's to a point where I don't really like some of the work I do. Definitely, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, straight up, I don't like some of the work I do just because I think it's useless and it's kind of meaningless. But for next year, I'm excited to go to college and go to university just because of the people I'll get to meet and the location I'm in. And I think that's the best part about school overall, just networking with people and meeting the right amount of people. Meeting the right people, and just having fun and just growing as a person when you grow up, So I'm definitely going to college. I think school's a waste of time for sure. There are some subjects I love. There's some teachers that are like mentors to me, but definitely, like, for the majority part of it, I'm not a big fan. So another question I got was, what motivates me? I think that my main motivating factor is just really supporting my parents. Sounds cliche, but also another thing is just freedom overall. I want freedom. I don't want to be, I don't want to be doing things I don't like just because I don't have the money or, the hustle to not do it. If you guys get what I mean, like, just, I like being free. I like doing what I want, and I think that's one of the reasons as to why I just, like, grind hard in business or job shipping or whatever, because it's a step towards one of my like my dream lifestyle. It's a step toward my dream lifestyle for sure. Another question was, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So in 5 years, I'm gonna be 23 years old. That's still young as hell. I see myself, doing what I do now, but just in, like, a higher scale. I definitely see myself being like an 8-figure earner. I don't see why I can't do that. I see me being surrounded by a bunch of millionaires and billionaires. I see my network. It's just wherever I am right now, just elevated. Like, health, wealth, love, and happiness wise. Like, I'm definitely gonna be healthier. Wealth wise, I can see myself in 8 figures in 5 years for sure. Like, I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but just the things are going, like, I really think that's possible. And you know, just I think I'll be happier just because I'll have the freedom to do whatever I want. So another question that a lot of entrepreneurs might be curious about was, you know, how do I balance, or no, what do my parents think about me balancing business and school? And they're cool with me doing both. They still want me to get good grades and go to university and all that, but you know, as long as that's there, they're cool with me doing business. Overall, man, like, they support me. I'm always happy for that, for sure. So this was a 2-question. He said, what's my favorite hobby and where would I travel to? So my favorite hobby would be playing basketball, for sure. Like, I can play, just give me a ball in the court and I can play for 2 hours. Like, I love basketball. Basketball is my passion, you know. That's one of the things that really changed my life. And where my favorite place to travel to, or you want to eventually travel to, man, there's too many. I want to go to Bali. I definitely want to go to Paris. You know, I definitely want to go to London. There's so many places. I'm going to Cali this summer. It's going to be dope. Miami potentially this summer. It's going to be dope. But traveling is my thing. I want to go everywhere, bro. Similar question to the school one. What am I doing after I graduate? I'm going to Ryerson University studying business management. So if you are there, catch me. So this question is basketball related. They asked my favorite team and my 3 favorite players. So my favorite team, you know, it would have to be Raptors, just because I am from Toronto. And I don't like, ever since growing up, I've always been like a guy who loved the players more than the team. But since it's hometown, you know, hometown thing, gotta love the Raptors for sure. And my 3 favorite players are Derrick Rose, hands down. I've always been a Derrick Rose fan. Even though I'm wearing a Durant jersey, Durant's actually not one of my favorite players. But it's not a jersey, it's a shirt. But Derrick Rose, I've loved Steph Curry. Like, not trying to be a bandwagoner, I've loved Steph Curry since time, like before he was an all-star, like, you know, 6 years ago. Steph Curry and and you know what? It's like, I don't really like my LeBron. I respect the hell out of LeBron just because of the way, like, he's one of the GOATs for sure. So I'm not a big LeBron fan, but I respect the hell out of LeBron. But Derrick Rose and Steph Curry are 2 of my favorite players for sure. I'm trying to think who else would be there. Oh, forgot to mention, like, Lonzo Ball and Kyle Kuzma. I love those 2. Those are, I guess, I don't know, 2 of my other favorite players. But yeah, those 2 are dope as well. Another question was, what pushed me to go harder and harder even though if I was failing? So I guess one thing was just, you know, just knowing my goals, knowing where I want to be. As I said, like, just knowing what motivates me. And also, like, I think one thing was just knowing that, you know, I will get there and just the good times are coming for sure. So that's definitely one of the things that keeps me going. So another question was, what's my strategy for testing products on Facebook? So what I do is, honestly, I'm trying to experiment with this, but I, you know, post PPE ads and then conversions. But what I usually do is, honestly, conversions, website conversions, view content, and I'll do $5 a day. Or on Instagram, honestly, just fucking shout outs to different products and see which one works. Another question was, are you gonna private label soon and move away from dropshipping? And the answer to that is hell yeah. Dropshipping, you know, I don't really like the word saturated, but there's a lot of people doing it. Not only that, like, private label just gives you so much more advantage and better margins. You actually have a brand. It's just better long term. So looking long term, I'm definitely gonna start a private label. I have a little idea what I'm gonna do, but I'm just gonna keep it low for now. But yeah, definitely private label. So someone else asked, before ecom, what else was I gonna study in my, you know, university or whatever? And it was gonna be business. I don't know what, but business management for sure. I've always liked marketing. I've just been interested in, like, you know, how people get people to buy, like, just the human behavior and all of that. So I was gonna study marketing, but I came across social media marketing, people like Ty Lopez and stuff. So I'm really glad I did. Okay guys, that's it for the Q&A. If I didn't answer your question, my bad. You know, I did get a lot of questions. Some I forgot to screenshot. But hey man, I really do appreciate everyone who asked a question. And if you have any other questions, put it in the comments. If the next video, I'll definitely answer it. But hey, have a great day. I'll see you later.